Hey Flosstube, it's Barbara the Raspberry Stitcher. I am back for episode 14 and I am back within almost 2 weeks, so this is amazing for me. It is Friday the 24th. It is now 5:49 p.m. I have recorded this first part already. Somehow I deleted it, and you will see later that it stopped on me, so I had to delete some content to be able to record. I recorded my first part and I deleted it. So I'm doing it again. So you can see a couple of things that I think you're really going to enjoy and an intro. So first, I want to thank everyone for all of their love, especially on Instagram and Facebook lately, and for watching my last episode. I know I was gone for a long time, and for watching my special edition, Jesse Watson one. I am just so excited that I have lovely, lovely, lovely stitchy friends who follow what I do, care about what I do, and let me care about what they do so I can follow them on different media platforms, and it's super fun. So thank you, and thank you. So let's go on, since I've already done this once, because it's going to seem kind of funny to me. I am going to talk about a retreat I did, and I am very excited to do that. It was the Friend Stitch Retreat, put on by Heart and Hand and Bent Creek together, okay? And it was fabulous. This is the second year I've done it. I did it last year for the Christmas one, and that was fun, and I made some of the ornaments and things out of that. I didn't do all the pieces, and I probably will at some point, but, you know, I'm totally into samplers, so, oh well. And you know how it is. You got to have it, and then you don't stitch it for a while. I don't know. So let's talk about the items that came. We had a pre-stitch that was emailed to us. And so I stitched it. I'm going to show you that because it is an FFO. I do have, let's back up a minute. I do have an FO to show you, a finished piece, which you guys have probably seen on my Instagram. And I'm going to go through that in detail. And now I can tell you I really did go through it in detail, color by color, and showed you spots in the actual sampler that that color is in, because I've had so many people ask me what was my color conversion for that particular piece. I have lots on the table to show you, and I've shown you most of it, and it's actually a mess now because this is the aftermath. Anyway, okay, so let's move on. I'm just going to move on. I don't even know what to say at this point. So I pre-stitched that. I picked my own colors. I'll talk about that in a second. We got this beautiful box. We couldn't open until, no peeking, until that day. When you open it, it's just beautiful inside. All the little nice stuff. Everything was like laid out and packaged so beautifully. It's a great time. One of the pieces we got was this cute little owl. And it does have an acorn, but I'm not going to be using it on him. I've already used it, so I'll show you where I've used it. But in the stand-up, this is on a 18 count. It says linen, but it's pretty much like Ada, you know. I was looking to see what it was stitched on. I mean, I think it's just I don't know if it says here. Oh, yeah. It says Wichell Imports. It says linen, so I don't know if that's the color. It doesn't say what color it is. But, I mean, it's just a brown beige. And this is number 5 pearl cotton. And it is in the color 869 by DMC. Really pretty. So I was thinking about maybe actually stitching that for my daughter, because I think it's really cute. I think she would think it's really cute, and I like the stand-up. I also think somebody stitched it 1/1 on that, and it was adorable. It was tiny, so that would be cute. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I do both. We got a lot of stuff with this kit. So that was the first pattern. We got a beautiful bag to put things in, and that pattern fits in here nicely. Here's some extra accoutrements that I have in here. Along with that, we did receive a finishing kit for the item that I finished, which I'll be showing you. A couple of pieces that were in there that I didn't use or didn't need at this point was this chenille. I used my own color. I believe this is Brown Bear. They also gave us some thread if we wanted to lace. I thought that was amazing in the bobbin. So how nice was that? We did also get, and I forgot to say, a needle for the 18 count, because not everyone has that. I may have some big needles, but I'd have to dig. They also gave us a needle threader. Get all this beautiful packaging done very well. And they gave us this cute little notebook, little thread hanging. Of course, there's threads. Just very cute. Take sketch notes in, whatever. I will probably do a little sketching in here. I like to sketch. I was originally trained as an artist, a fine artist. I did oils, printmaking, watercolors. I have some pieces, some photography. I did metals work. So lots of different things. I studied a lot of art history because I have a minor in art history, a major in fine arts, and I have a minor in business. So there you go. Maybe I do need to make a business someday. Thought about it. We'll see. We also got this beautiful kind of key fob, but I'm using it on my threads with the French Stitch logo. Really cute. So here are the threads for the main piece. I have already pulled some other things that I've used for the other piece, so I might be mixing that up a little because, you know, gotta add some purple in there. So the main piece is called Let Joy In, and it is adorable. I mean, it's great as a whole piece, but I can also see people stitching, you know, like this whole motif, stitching this motif, just stitching the heart, the bird, you know, whatever you want. I love it. So, of course, I have a hard time with orange. I know it's a fall color. I just don't like a lot of it. So I don't mind it in pieces. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So the small piece that with the pre-stitch is just a sampler. So just a tiny little letter sampler, which is so cute with some motifs. So here is my FFO of that. I did mine on 36 count. And mine is Fabrics by Stephanie Assassinatch, and I'm going to show you that in a minute so you can see it. You can't kind of see the color variation in here, but this fabric is perfect for fall. If you like fall stitching, the colors in here, they have greens and kind of burgundy colors and yellows and oranges. I mean, it's really, really, really pretty. So I did change the colors. I didn't follow the directions. Not a direction follower all the time. I probably looking back and finishing this, and I love what I did. So I'm going to talk about the colors in a minute. I probably would have cut the board. They give you a board for if you did it on the 32 count. I probably should have cut it smaller, spent some time to cut it smaller to make this smaller. So I decided I was going to add my little acorn button there. So I love how it turned out. So I'm going to talk about a couple of the colors. So this is Queen's Rubies, and this is what I did the main letters in, I'm pretty sure. I think that's what I did them in, yeah. Okay, those all the letters except for my initials. So my initials, BLR, I did that in Mold Berries because I love that color. So I did it in this color. And then I'll show you a couple others that I changed out. This is Vampish by Leo and Roxy. And I used that for the crow. I didn't want it just a flat black. I used, I'm pretty sure this one, Woolly Bear, which is a limited edition, Gentle Arts, and Chocolate Mousse by Classic Colorworks for the acorn. So the acorn here, I use these two colors. Then I changed my O to a pumpkin. Some other stitchers were doing that. I just copied them on our Facebook page. There's a private Facebook page for this event. So the pumpkin I did in Gentle Arts Burnt Orange. See, I used orange and Sweet Potato. They're a little duller and more, I guess. So I use these two colors for the pumpkin. And the stem, I use the same as the top of the acorn, the woolly bear, I'm pretty sure. So I really liked how that turned out. The star, I ended up using Chamomile by Gentle Arts. I just didn't want it to be super bright. A little more rustic. I used Unlimited Edition Gentle Arts in Market Greens. Just any green would work. I just did these little lines in green, kind of like it was the ground. I don't know why. Seems kind of silly now. I could have done it in the black or whatever. I don't know. Then the leaves. So I did the leaves in Adobe by Weeks Dye Works and Almost Auburn by, is that, yeah, it's Crescent Colors, but it's Classic Colorworks too. I believe they still make that color, and I think it's pretty much the same. It's a really nice color. It kind of goes from a yellowy brown to a reddy brown, so it's really pretty. So this leaf is the Adobe, and this leaf is the Autumn. What's that called? Almost Autumn, right here. So those are the colors I did. Then I decided to use 2 trims. I just did a rickrack in like a berry color that matched this lettering. And then the pom-pom trim, these are both from Lady Dot. The pom-pom trim is a light purple, and I thought it matched my lettering really well. So that is my finish. They gave us the board. I just used a little bit of, I think they gave us a little bit of batting to put over top of it. And then this board, they have the little scalloped edges in brown. The back isn't, but you can see the back is just like a chalkboard. And then we just mounted it to that, and I glued it back, glued it on. So there you go. I love it. And I used the Aleene's glue that Vonna uses. I've watched a lot of her different tutorials, and so it's nice just to watch them and not have anything in mind, because you get ideas on how to do the finishing. So, and I put a little extra rickrack in here, just took a little pieces to kind of make those corners little rounded. So I love it. So now I have a fall piece, and it's so cute, and it's so me. I love it. So I would like to try to find something I could put on the back to kind of stand it up freestanding if I wanted to, just because I might not always want to set it in something. That's the only thing I might do yet. So there you go. That is my finished FFO pre-stitch. So I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So those colors that I used in this, I'm actually thinking of transferring those colors into this, which I think will work really well. So mine might not be as red, it may be more of a berry red. I like those type of fall colors more so than the strong, what I call primary colors that are in here. They're a little more primary for me. I like a little more muted, a little more berry, a little more rustic. So there we go. That's what I was thinking. And that's why I said, well, and there's still going to be some in here I might use. Like I really like some of the greens they have in here. They have Oscar and seaweed. Those are really pretty. Some of the browns are really pretty. I'm just not sure I would use the curry. That's a little bright for me. This orange is a bit bright for me. It's carrot. So I would probably change some of those out. This is a little rusty red, which a lot of people love that. It is Red Rocks, and I've used Red Rocks and I like it. But for this piece, I think I want to change it up a little. So, and then I told you I would show you the fabric, and I have another fabric that I show you later. Well, actually, let's, it's hard to see this fabric. I'm hoping, I've already cut, this is how big that other piece will be. Can you see some of the color variation in there? I'm hoping you can. Can you see the yellow? This is kind of like the reddy color. Down here is a little bit of green. See even more on the back. It's just really pretty. Here's the piece I've kind of cut up a little bit. You can kind of see some of that in there. I really like it. So this is called Sassenach, I believe is how you pronounce it. It is Sassenach. This is a linen, and this one is 36 count. I do have the 40 count too, because I got both. This was from a fabric club, and I got 36 and 40. But I thought for this piece, you know, the 36 would be perfect to use this in. And that way, stitching wise, it would go really well. And as you can see, I even have my needle ready to go and stitch. Because I'm like, I really do want to stitch this. I'm going to have to work out all the colors and what I want where. But it does make me super excited. Just so you know, we got, and I can show you on the chart, we got these beautiful buttons, the stars and the maple leaf. And there's a star here and a star here. And then the maple leaf is right down here. So I love that. There's also some different stitches in here. So through that friend stitch, we had different portions. So they showed how to finish. Mona from, oh shucks, the shop in Cincinnati, Ohio, and you were all yelling it at me and I'm forgetting right now, but she showed us how to do the finishing, which was super great. I was super excited to watch it and just learn. She had some different techniques to make it straighter to do the basting, and so I think I'm going to do that more often. I hate doing it, but really makes a difference in making sure your piece is straight. So I'm gonna make myself do that. And I've seen that before, especially when lacing and stuff, to make sure that line is right along the board that you have behind it. Usually it's foam core type thing. So I think I'm gonna have to do that. I really would like, I have a problem when things aren't straight. This isn't quite straight. I mean, I did pretty good, but you can tell this is a little bit lower, this is a little higher. Not bad, but it's there. It's mine though. It's fine. So they did go over the Smyrna cross and the road stitch. So I've done those before, but they talked about using those wherever you have a 4x4. So, you know, in here, you can put those inside here. There's some here, you know, you can play around with it. You can put it up in this window. So just using different stitches whenever you have a space that will fit that type of stitch, maybe to add that texture and difference to your piece. So I probably will be doing that. I think that would be great. Maybe even some eyelets or some things too. So I think that's fun to add in, and I'm excited to do that. So that was a piece of it too. They did a section about that. They did a section on shopping for extra accoutrements to set up a little display in your house and how you would take things to the dollar store. They went to a home store. I can't remember the other store they went to, but at any price point that you can do that you can find things that look really good. They also did a segment on gadgets and different things that they found, some different lighting and just different things you might use in your stitching. I thought that was awesome. So I really felt like they jam-packed 4 hours full, and they definitely gave you your money's worth. And not only that, at the very end, they said, you know, we really want to give you something more. We're like, more? You know, they're like, we want to be like Oprah, and you get a car, and you get a car, but instead you get a stitch, and you get a stitch, and you get a pumpkin. So they gave us these little pumpkins with the wooden pumpkins. So everybody got a little pumpkin. So I hope everyone found theirs. It was underneath that folded over piece. So they've stuck it underneath and put a little sticky thing on it so it wouldn't fall out. So now I think, oh, I think you almost lost me. Okay, there we go. So not only did you get this cute little pumpkin, but they are emailing us next week another pattern to put this pumpkin on, which I'm so excited about because you're putting a pumpkin on, it may be something related to pumpkins. I love pumpkins. At least I love stitching pumpkins. I do not like eating pumpkin. I don't like pumpkins flavored anything. Like nada. No. My husband loves pumpkin pie. And I've made it for him. It's been years. I should make him one this year. So anyway, I'm excited about that. So that was super sweet. It was super fun at the end because they were so excited to tell us that. So that was awesome. Anyway, so that was Friend Stitch. It was great. I don't know if I can sign up again as far as like timing wise, but it's loaded. I mean, there are 3 projects right here, and then they're giving you a 4th. I mean, it's amazing. And it's they do a great job. Just lovely, lovely, lovely people. I can't say enough. It's great. So definitely put those on your radar. If you weren't able to get into this year and you're like, I never even heard of it, you've got to follow. You've got to follow them on social media. That's the way you're going to find out about it. So you have to follow Heart and Hand or Bent Creek, and that's where you'll see the announcements. So now I am going to move into some kits that I got that I'm very excited about. You've probably seen a few of them on Instagram because I am in love with them. The first one that I'm going to show you is I'm going to have to get it all back out, which means I have to find it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So the first one I got, I'm going to grab the thing, is from Country Sampler. And it is a Stacy Nash Primitives Club kit. And I am so glad I called to see if they had any spots. My friends had gotten into it and I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't know if I can do that. And then I'm like, and then I hummed all around it. And I'm like, I love Stacy Nash. Like, I love her stuff. So then it was like, yeah, I need to go sign up. So I called. I'm like, do you have any spots left? They're like, oh, yeah, I'll sign you up. I'm like, okay, you have my information from the other club kit, so just take it from me. And they're like, okay, no problem. So I signed up, and we are getting Faded Garden Pin Keep Drum and Needle Keep. It is so beautiful. And I'm going to tell you, this photo, I'm sure will not do it justice because the fabric on this photo looks lighter than the fabric we have. So here's the front of the drum, and here's one side of the pin keep back here, you can see. And then here is the other side of the drum, the little doggies, and here is the berry bowl for that, the needle keep there. Isn't it cute? And not only are you getting that pattern, and I had everything like wrapped up nicely the first time, not so much now, but we get this beautiful stand to put it on. So there are some people that got some different colored stands. Mine, which I just moved out of the way a few minutes ago, here it is in the color Forge Gleam, Forge Gleam, Forgegleam. It is a 6-inch pedestal. So if you're looking for something like this, call Country Sampler. They have a lot of nice rustic, antique looking, I mean, they're all new, obviously, but items that you can use to display with. So I'm excited. So this is a 4-part kit, and I will show you the rest soon. And every month you will get an item to display on the actual stand. Isn't that awesome? That is such a great idea, Stacy. Oh my gosh. So the kit comes with all of this. And like I said, this does not look as nice as it once did. I'm going to be honest. So here is the fabric for the top of the drum. Here is the ribbon for the needle keep, just a basic cream color. The fabric is by Fox and Rabbit, and it is 36 count Winter Wren. And here it is. And look at all the Weeks Dye Works flosses. Beautiful. Oh. Now, I have not decided, and I don't know if I will. I may not. The more I think about it, I'm leaning maybe I won't. But I have thought about changing the blues out for some purples. But we'll see. You all are like dying over that. Like, why would you do that? But, you know, I have to look at things for a while and make those decisions. But look at those beautiful colors. So we have Sanguine, Driftwood, Corn Silk, Dove, Blue Suede, Charcoal, and Moss. And I love that moss. That moss is to die for. And even this is not, the Winter Wren, I'm going to put another color up against it. Maybe that one earlier. You might be able to see that color even better. So Winter Wren is a brown, but it's a reddy brown. It has red undertones in it. I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully you can, but it really does. And it's really a nice color. These flosses are going to be amazing on there. They're going to just pop right off of there. I mean, the motifs are just going to look amazing on there. So I'm super excited about that. It, like I said, it's a 4-piece club, so we'll get 4 pieces to it. This part of it was a little more pricey because we got the pedestal, but it's so worth it. You're getting 2 totally different charts. And then you're getting this whole packet. There must be 5 or 6 pieces of paper on how to finish too. So there are finishing instructions in there, and that I am super excited about. So now you're going to see the second part of what I recorded earlier. And then I had to re-record this first part because my computer stopped in the middle of the first one I recorded. I don't know if that makes any sense, but enjoy the next part. You're going to love it. It is a long video. I think the first one is about an hour long, and this one's already 25 minutes, so maybe an hour and a half total. So have fun and stitch a lot. All right, I'm back. I had a storage issue and had to clean up some of the videos and things on my computer. So we're back. So again, I've got the Heartstring samplery Come Thou Fount for the Sunday stitches, and it is really pretty. I really am loving the flowers here, and hopefully I'll get all these done next year. That is a plan. All right, and the next club kit I got, which is from Dying to Stitch, is the Pinberry Lane. It is so cute, so my colors. I will say I might change the birds a little bit. I'm not sure I'm a fan of those, so we'll see. It is on 36 count weathered shingle by R&R, which is a really pretty, it's like a gray, but when you put some of these colors on it, and I'm going to show you the whole kit because it is just beautiful, and it is always beautifully packaged. It's kind of a gray, a really pale gray, but this is the backing, so it's beautiful purple. Look at all these beautiful colors, my colors, beautiful ribbon to make the bag, or make the little hanging pillow, I guess it is. It's so cute. It's absolutely adorable. And I might finish it a little differently because I feel like I want some of this fabric on the front. So we'll see. I love it. Very much when I saw it, I was like, oh, wanted to start it right away. But you know, I've got some goals to meet. Trying to be good, holding back from all the starts that I did in 2020. I'm trying not to do that in 2021. So my last kind of kit that I got, which was packaged beautifully from Shepherd's Needle. Look at this beautiful tissue, and look at the little rows they put to close the tissue around the package. So I had to save it. I folded it up. I mean, that's just beautiful. So of course, wouldn't this be great decoupaged on, you know, the inside of a box or somewhere? I mean, just beautiful. So I got, it was a full kit, and this is for, I guess I should show you, Mary Ann Allward by Needlework Press. And this is what I was talking about last time, the swan with the open mouth. And it is beautiful. I think I talked about some fellow stitchers who are stitching this. You should go check it out on that Facebook page, or it's been on Instagram. Just put in Mary Ann Allard. It's A-L-D-R-E-D. Allard. And you'll see some of the stitching on this. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This is on 40 count vintage mocha. I think it's going to look great on there. These are the beautiful colors. I got a beautiful thread keep, little scissors, the little button, just has the whole sampler on it. There we go. Beautiful. And that is from Sampling of Memories. They did those. So here you go. And I try to link those kind of things below, so I hope you look. All of these are, I believe all of it's Classic Color Works. It's beautiful colors. I'll put it up against the fabric because I always think it looks wonderful. Beautiful colors. Look at that red. The beautiful magenta purpley color. Of course, I'm loving that. What color is that? Because it's probably one of the, oh yeah, raspberry. Raspberry, love that. I have like 5 of them, I think. Beautiful. Even the orange, this orange is a really pretty soft orange. Look at this beautiful pale, what color is that? That's really pretty. Oh yeah, Jakey Brown. Love that. Beautiful blues. Look at all these different colors in this whole thing. If you heard that, that was something in my stitchy closet that just fell. So I'll have to figure that out later. Beautiful. I am excited to start this. Some of the ladies want to do a start when I'm on my trip, and we'll talk about that in a minute. They also give you a floss card if you want to use it, but I'm just going to put mine on my ring. So those are kind of some of the kits I got, and I am loving them. I got some other things, but I want to move on. I promised you all to show you and talk about all the threads and the fabric I used for Though He Seemed Sleeping. So here is my big finish. Woohoo! So one of my 5 samplers is done. Yay! I'm so excited. So in this chart, and I've talked to you all about it, and I will show you. I should have took it out. And I want to read what's on it, just so you can know. The verse on it is, "Dark the night, wild the wave, Christ the boat is keeping. Trust in him and have no fear, though he seem sleeping." By Emily M. Bestwick, age 11, 1874. So I loved the saying. When I saw it, I thought it was really pretty. It was so colorful. So as you can see, she gives you, that's Classic Color Works. This one is Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Arts. There are some of them that don't have a conversion for that one because there isn't just a color for it, and then DMC. So you get all 4 of those conversions. So you can look at all of them and decide what you want to do. Okay, so let's show you the big finish. Yay! Oh, I love it. There's Lily. She must have saw somebody outside. My favorite parts are, let's go through them. I really, really, really love the leaf border. It's so beautiful. Solid, bold. The berry bowls are amazing. Those, the little flowers, the saying, the verse. My bird ended up being purple. I don't know if you can see him, but he's purple. So pretty. So there we go. I will show you again full, and then we'll talk about some of the colors. See if I can hold it up. There you go. I'm super excited. Now I just have to frame this thing at some point. All right, so this was stitched on, and we'll refer to my handy dandy book here, on 40 count X-Jude brown paper. It is really a little lighter than like regular brown paper you would think of, but it has that look to it. It has some different veining in it. It has that kind of look that brown paper can have when it's crinkled up a little bit. Not a ton, but just a little. It's really, really pretty on this. So let's go through some of the colors. I also did get the thread keep for this because I thought it was so pretty. Becky Nolan made these, so I had to get one, and mine is of the berry bowl because I think it's adorable. I used, which unfortunately I think it's a limited edition. I think it's called Sampler Heart. I'm going to double check. because I have two of them that are very similar. Yes, I used what's called Sampler Heart by Gentle Arts for the border. It's a brown that has some gray and some red brown in it. So it goes from like a reddy brown all the way into some gray. So that, I really liked that for the deepness of the actual border. Let me show you. I just thought it was really nice contrast and really framed the whole piece and really reminded me of the original piece. So that's why I chose it. Okay. And mine definitely looks different than the original. You know, this is the actual sampler, the front side of the actual sampler. My leaves are very much stronger, but I think some of this is probably faded. So I like the idea of it. I think she probably stitched it a lot stronger. You know, it's probably bolder when it was originally stitched. So, so I'm going to hold up the colors that I might as well just hold them up, the colors that I chose. And I'm going to tell you that some of these are limited edition. Now you can find something like it. I'm going to go through some of the limited edition so you know kind of the range of color it is. And that way you could try to find something similar if you like the look. So there is another brown in there called London Fog. It is the $ symbol. And I used what's called London Fog, and it is a brown, no reddy brown, but it is a brown that definitely goes into gray. Very, very, very gray. Let's fold this up in half and kind of show you what that looks like. You can see that. Very, very brown into gray. And what I would call like a bark brown, like that you would see on bark. I used Queen Bee. So I'm kind of going in order. It's on here. So I used Queen Bee for the, there's a little bit of brighter yellow. So you will see it just in that leaf right there. That's Queen Bee. I used a limited edition called Backyard Forest, and it is a green, maybe a gray green, a light to dark gray green. And that is, I'm pretty sure, the diamonds. I'm trying to find a solid piece of that. That is this line right here. So it's a little bit deeper green, but you can see it's more of a gray green. I used Poblano Pepper by Classic Colorworks. So that's the lighter green, which is the first verse, the first line of the verse is Poblano Pepper. And then that's the other green. So you can see how that's lighter and this one's a bit darker. Okay. Ended up not using that color, I don't think. No, I did not. I used, for the O symbol, I used Rod and Reel, which is a purpley gray. And that's by Classic Colorworks. So that is the bottom right here. That's that purple color, and the bird is purple. So that's where you'll see that picked up at. I used Raven as the number 2, and it's not used a whole lot. So just that leaf, and I think maybe up, actually that might be it. Raven was not used a lot, like that one color, because there are a lot of colors in here. I think that was it. I think it's just that leaf. Makes it really, really dark. So, and Raven is Gentle Arts, so that's readily available. The next one, which is it's kind of like, it looks like a TP, like a small triangle into a larger triangle, is a limited edition. It's called Queen Rubies. And I think you could find something to substitute this pretty easily. It is favorite of mine, and at some point I'm not going to be able to use it again. It's definitely used up in this top, and I'm pretty sure, actually look at the pattern here. I was looking to see if it's this one. Yeah, it's this border right here. That's Queen Rubies right there. It's definitely a beautiful, almost cranberry type color. Goes from a light to a dark. So it's really pretty. The next one is another limited edition. I'm so sorry. That was the sampler heart. That's the one that I did the border in. We already talked about. I used Bordeaux by Weeks Dye Works, which is a really pretty, very deep magenta purpley color. It is not in a whole lot of places, but it's down on the vase on this bird. So that's Bordeaux right here. You can see that. So in that vase. I used Olive from Weeks Dye Works. And that is a lot, it's that yellowy green color here. Down it's the leaves and the bowls. So it really gives it a more antique-y look using that, I think. All right, next one I used Poinsettia. Poinsettia goes from a light to a very dark. So depending on where you used it, you could get a light. So in the leaf, this leaf was Poinsettia in the light. And I believe it may have been in another one too. But I also did, Poinsettia is these berries right here, and I used a little bit of the darker in there because I didn't want it to be light pink. I wanted it to be more of like a cranberry or deeper magenta color. So depending on how you used it is, you know, how it's going to look. Next, I used Sage. It's not, I mean, it's just a Weeks Dye Works. It looked good. Not too much to say there. I ended up using, let me double check on this one. Ocean Wave is a limited edition. That is the heart in it. This is Blacksmith Blue, and this is Ocean Wave. So you can kind of see, you get a white piece of paper here. You can see the difference. Blacksmith Blue is darker. This does have a little bit of a turquoisey, lighter blue to it. So let me see if I can find Ocean Wave for you in this sampler. It is the heart. Let's see where that heart, if I have any on these pages that I can show you. I don't think it's used a whole lot, to be honest. It actually might be the vine of, no, that's not that either. Let's see. Oh, these, the B and W up at the top. That B and W is that Ocean's Wave. I like it. So I think you could find something like that if you're looking for that color. Okay. And then I used Blacksmith Blue for the one of the colors. You know, that's pretty readily available. Classic Colorworks. I used Schoolhouse Red because who doesn't love Schoolhouse Red? So that one is the Y. So a lot of this is, you know, Schoolhouse Red in there. And then along with that, so I have that bright color. Actually, I think it's down here. It's the anchor is Schoolhouse Red. I know that. I also used Roasted Marshmallow by Gentle Arts. Mine's very light, and you'll see in here, it looks like some ghost areas. It does show up a lot better on my fabric in person. So the bee, there's a bee here. There is a leaf up here. So it does look very ghosty in here. Maybe you can see it right there. But it is stitched. I also used Cherry Wine, which I really love by Gentle Arts. Really, really pretty color. So that is, I'm pretty sure that one is the letters for Christ is the Boat. Yes. So this is cherry wine right here. This lettering here is cherry wine. Okay. I love that color. Jaybird by Weeks Dye Works. That is the color, one of the colors in the basket. So if you like that basket look, that's what I used, was Jaybird. And then I believe the other color in that basket is Backyard Forest. So that was one to get, but it goes from, I think that's it anyway. Oh no, is that the hashtag? It's hard to see. I don't have my strong glasses on. That's really bad. I can't see it without my strong glasses. The chart. I'm like, what is that? I think that might be it. Anyway, it really turned out pretty. Really, really pretty. That Jaybird. The blue really pops up there. Then I used, for the tea, I used Joshua Tree. This is a crescent colors. So I don't know if the Joshua Tree now is this bright, but look how bright that green is. It's really, really pretty. Let me put it up against white. Of course, you can see that better. Really, really pretty. So that is in the crown and some of the foliage at the bottom. So that foliage there in the crown down here, and I know it's hard to see also. Let me pull it up so you can see it. It almost looks cream, but in person, it's kind of like a light, bright green. It looks really pretty, very different. Then the last color is Merlin, which is a very dark purpley blue color, if you haven't seen it. And here it's not going to show up very well, but I'll show you on here. That's this larger splash. So it is the center of the crown right here. That's Merlin. And it's used also up in, pretty sure it's, let's see, in the leaf area too. I think there's some in there. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the actual chart so I can show you where it's at. Yeah, up here. That leaf is Merlin right here. And I believe my stem is blacksmith blue, if I am correct. Yeah, blacksmith blue, so it's a darker. That's why that looks darker. So anyway, show you again. Hopefully I went over everything okay. That wasn't too difficult or weird, but I truly, truly love it. I think it turned out beautifully. I wasn't sure when I first was pulling the colors and I had them all laying there. I thought, weeks, is this going to be all right? And I started stitching and stitching and stitching, and you're just stitching away and you're hoping by the end it's going to look okay. I did take out, so some of the purples and magentas might have been oranges originally. So I am not an orange person. You can tell there's not really orange in here. So I switched some of those to more of the colors I like. So that is why mine might look a little different. And if you go on the Facebook page for this, there's a Facebook page, Though He Seemeth Sleeping by Lucy Beam, and go on there and you will see so many different renditions of this, different fabrics, different palettes. I mean, there's a really pale palette that somebody did. I think somebody was even stitching the whole thing in one color. It's just amazing to see all the different types of interpretations of this chart. I really, really love it. And this chart really lends itself readily for that. I mean, I think it's a fun stitch. It's an easy stitch, this border, except for the corners. It's the same all the way around. So you can really get going on the border and stitch it nicely because it's all the same color. It's great to do all the way across on the borders here because they're all the same. So that goes pretty quickly. I did have a little trouble with the leaves. Don't ask me why, because they're really not that much different. I mean, there is some repetitiveness in there. The letters here are very fun to stitch, the words. Really love the motifs down at the bottom. I definitely enjoyed it, enjoyed the whole stitch. So there you go. Hopefully you liked that and enjoyed it. Hopefully it wasn't boring. never gone through in that detail before, but I had some people on my Instagram and on Facebook who really wanted to know what I stitched it in, what I stitched it on, and all the colors because they really, really liked it. So there you go. So that is my finish. Next, I think I'm going to show you something special. So my mom gave me this box. I'm not going to show you the other side. It's taped like this. It's a candy box. And on the other side are labels that it was mailed exactly like this. My grandmother mailed this to my mother. Just taped it. All of you are gasping in a little candy box, like a Stouffer's candy box. I don't even know how it made it there safely because it's just regular Scotch tape. I just think it's hilarious. This is my grandma. If you knew my grandma, you would understand. So in it is a beautiful note from my grandmother to my mother, which I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to just let you know that this piece was made by my mother's grandmother, my great grandmother, my grandmother's mother, many years ago when my grandmother was young. And so I'm really excited to have this. It is colors that I love, and it's actually motifs that are in my house and in my kitchen. So that makes it even more special that my great-grandmother loved the same colors I did and enjoyed needlework and loved the motifs I loved. So I'm going to be doing a little repair on it, hopefully. It does have a couple of spots, and some of the stitching in a couple of the areas has come loose. So I'm going to try to pull those back in and see if I can fix them. So it is a long table runner. So I'm going to show you sections. It is faded, so I'm going to show you the back so you can see the original colors. It's actually only one color that's really faded. So here it is. Look at those beautiful grapes. They're all done in satin stitching. Hopefully you can see. I believe a lot of this is all like stem stitching, the leaves. I do not know, it does not look like this was printed on here. It could have been, I don't know, but she did make it all herself. I don't think it was. So that's one side. And then I want to show you this, the lace around the whole thing. And you might not be able to see, but it is all hand stitched on. Everything is hand done. I do not know, it does not say that she made the lace, so I'm assuming she bought this lace and hand stitched it on. It is beautiful. So here is the middle motif, right in the middle, the bottom. And then this is the side that has a bit of damage. I am really hoping I can kind of repair it. So here is the last side. And you can see on some of the grapes here that it's very loose and some of them are actually coming out. So I'm going to try to pull those in and hopefully tack them down in the back. Now you can see this is a very pale purple. And actually if you move any of there's even some here that are loose. But the actual original color, which I love, I mean I love the pale, is this color. Look how deep and beautiful those are. This is the back of her work. It's pretty neat. There are a little bit of tails, but of course this was a piece that was used in the home and I assume washed. I'm probably not going to wash it, so I'm going to try to roll this a little bit so you can see the difference in color. It is a big difference. It definitely has faded over time because it was probably in the sun. So you can see the difference, and it's almost a silvery lavender compared to the deep purple that this is. So I know I can't show you the whole thing, but I'm going to try to, it's upside down, show you as much as I can. You can see it. But this is the whole piece. It is about 3 feet long. And it's beautiful. It does have a couple of spots. And I've talked to a friend and written down some things that I could use. If you guys have any suggestions, you can let me know. But it has a spot here and right over here in this area. I do not see any spots in the actual, there are a couple of tiny ones, but in the actual stitching areas, I really don't see hardly any there. There are some things here and there that I would like to try to get out and spot clean as much as I can. So this is what I was given. And I am super thrilled with it. I definitely would like to try to display it somehow. I have thought about having it framed so it doesn't get any more damaged, but just to let you know, actually it was a lint. The lint thing is still in there, by the way, and this is a cookie box. And there's still like cookie or candy crumbs here, actually candy box. Just FYI. Anyway, probably going to be putting it in something else, but I had to show you what she put it in. And my mom kept it in all these years. But I'm very, very grateful, thankful that I have this in my possession and for my house and for my family to keep for years to come. And I want to put the story with it and the card. I have it framed on the back or something like that. So anyway, I just thought I would show you that. All right. Next, I think I will show you a couple things that I purchased or I got. They're right here. Grab them. So I picked up this trim yesterday. It's Dames of the Needle, and it was just my local store. It's a really pretty pink. It's a dusty, dirty kind of pink. It has some different variation in it. I really like it. I think it'll do well for something. I just thought it was neat. I got, so in our house for Christmas, we actually decorate with penguins, not snowmen, not Santas. Very odd, but it's all penguins, and it is literally like penguins threw up all over my family room. Like, it's pretty kind of gaudy, but it's all right. I love it. And the kids loved it when they were little. So I had to get Modern Folk Embroidery's Ruskin's penguins because they were just too cute. And of course, you know, you can't be angry when one looks at a penguin. So I am not going to do it on this fabric, but I did get that and the Leo and Roxy floss. So here is the black and white floss. It's great. It's kind of showing up a little purple. It's not. And I have some 36 count Silver Fox. I can't remember who this is by now because their name isn't on it. I want to say it's, I don't want to say because I don't know. If you're watching and you gave me this and I bought this from you, please let me know. And this is chalkboard and weathered white. And this chalkboard isn't just flat black. It definitely has some variation in gray in it. So here is the blue. It is like an oceany blue. It has a little bit of green in it. I think it's going to be perfect for this. Let me see if I can actually put it up against, I have a lot of fabric here, but I have that other fabric sitting here. And maybe you could see any difference. Let's try that. Sometimes, you know, it helps. Yeah, that helps a little. See how that looks? Very, and I think this is going to be beautiful on here. So I'm really excited about this. Super cute. Don't know when I'm starting that either, but I feel like it's going to be at Christmas time, and I am I have some starts to do. This would be a gift actually from my husband. Shh. He's probably seen it. It's okay. I also picked up, and you guys were so kind, and I think some of you went and bought this right away. And it's by Thy Needles Work, and it's from Sharon Hostetler. And she started this company a year ago, and I've bought a few patterns from her, and I love them. She does samplers, reproduction samplers. So there's a little card she gave. And this sampler I have, and I have not stitched it yet, but I bought it as is, the tone on tone brown. I thought it was really pretty. This is all of her info, and I will try to link things below about her. So go and check out her site and her wonderful samplers. She's got some new ones coming up. But this one, it was such soft colors, not my typical colors, but I thought it was gorgeous. This is Jane Leech, and look how beautiful that is. It has some eyelets, the little dogs. I don't know if it has any other stitches in it. I know it has the eyelets, so you can see. And she is great. This is the centerfold, so you really can see everything. Beautiful, large chart, colored chart. Very, very nice. If you like Hands Across the Sea, you'll love this. It's done similarly. And then on the back, it's great. She gives you all the colors, but then she gives you, for whatever count, the sizes you need, the stitch count, and the fabric size. So your design size and your fabric size. So I really love that. She also, she stitches originally on 40 count Patriots Brew by R&R. I might have some of that, but I think it may be really pretty more in a yellowy color the way this is looking. So that might be my choice. We'll see. And you get DMC and Soie with this. So she does give you a conversion that you could do with Gloriana and Dinky dyes together. So if you like those, you can see here, she has them like you would just buy these two for the whole thing. And here's the Soie and here's the DMC. So she does a great job at charting different options. I mean, you could always look at your overdyes. If you find a color that looks like, you know, this pinkish color, like Jakey Brown would look great for that color. You know what I mean? So you can make it whatever you want it. That's how I feel about everything, and get the similar look. But I really like this. I thought it was cute. So, and it's not huge. It's only 130 by 127, so it's not giant, not like some of my other ones. All right. The next thing I want to show you, everybody's seen Pinch Needle and Stitcher magazine. I'm sure maybe you've seen some flip throughs, but I want to show you a couple that I really liked. So Harvest Time by Sub Rosa, I thought was darn cute. Actually, I am thinking about maybe just doing this big basket with the crow, maybe moving him over a little, or on, you know, sitting him right in here. Thought that would be cute. But I do like that. And maybe doing the pumpkins like variation colors. So that would be fun. I really like the Blue Flower, Janine McGowan. She's got her autumn little series here. So this is the third, I think the third one in her series. I think she's had 3 so far. So it's adorable. The owl is fun. The I don't know if it's a hedgehog. I think it might be a hedgehog down here. Very cute. The pumpkin, love it. The corn, just Harvest Time. There's 2 owls actually. The other one I really liked and thought was great, of course, was Vonna, Twisted Stitcher. She shows you how to make a lid for this basket. So she just takes a regular basket and she makes the lid and you're stitching on top. I thought that was genius. Perfect. Everybody's got baskets, so you could do it in different shapes, right? Like you just need to learn how to actually do it, and you can then change, you know, the dimensions to fit what you have. But everybody's got baskets laying around or some kind of container, and this is a great way to use your stitching to beautify it. Love it. The other thing is I really at some point want to do punch needle, and a friend, which I'll show you when I get it, is sending me, lovely people, is sending me some punch needle items so I could start. So I was like, yeah, sure, thanks. Like, that is the kindest thing for you to do. So this has, by the Old Header Flag, some smalls for Halloween. And I thought, how fun to do like this acorn or a pumpkin or witch's hat or cat, like to learn how, like to do small, like start small, do a tiny piece. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So I thought, that might have to be a first project. Because the other project, couple of projects in here are a little more sophisticated. Of course, like the queen herself of punch needle, Miss Teresa Kogut, hit it out of the park. This is amazing. The depth she gets with the punch needle in her patterns is breathtaking. Coming from a background of fine arts, that's not an easy thing to do, to get the depth of this pumpkin, the way the leaves look like they're rounded, the way, it's beautiful. So love that one. That one's called Amber and Acorns. Sorry if I didn't say the other pattern names. I thought this was a fun stitch just to have like a little autumn look. This is by Ravaras, and it's the home one, Autumn Home. So cute. So it's a home seasonal series. I've seen the other ones. They're okay, but I really like the autumn one. The last one, and it is a punch needle, is by Two Old Crows by Janine. It's Hocus Pocus, which it doesn't say Hocus Pocus, but I think these pumpkins are adorable, and the RIP sign and what looks like the hallows of, in the background of a blistery, stormy kind of night of Halloween. That's, you can hear the noises of all of, the outside world, like in a forest or something. Anyway, love it. Okay. I feel like I'm going on and on. Last thing is my wonderful, I guess I should have maybe put this written earlier, but I didn't. And, oh, I get to eat the candy now. So I got my monthly bag from So Much to Love. So the September bag, and it is so beautiful. We got, of course, some beautiful strawberry candies, this beautiful trim, and little dangly sunflower. Isn't that cute? And she put it on a floss. Love that. And of course, the stash tea. This is double spiced chai, which is very fall, very yummy. And we had a chart specifically designed for this month by Twin Peak Primitives, Sunflower Farm. I know somebody who would like this. Maybe I should gift it to them. I might do that because I think it's cute. It's not what I normally stitch. Actually, I might stitch just the sunflowers because I think the way she did the sunflowers right here are really cute. Like to put into something else would be really cute. But I think I know somebody who would love that. So anyway, that is all the goodies inside. And I know you want to see the bag, and you probably have seen it from other people, but look at these sunflowers and this beautiful burgundy and the trim. And the inside are beautiful bees. And you can't see it, but their wings, maybe you can see, are sparkly. So if you see right here, their wings are sparkly. So adorable. Love it to bits. So cute. So I had to find something to go in there, some fall things, some fun things. Yes, I better put all this back in here because I'm going to lose all of it. I have a big mess. Someday I'm going to take a picture of this mess. I know everybody says that, but you would be surprised. If you don't do one, you'd be surprised. I have little pieces of paper from the magazine. I have this here, that there, and then I have to focus and figure out what I should sew next. So next, I'm going to show you my whips. Here we go. So the first one, these are no order, is Jane Fettis. I've been working on her since July of 2020. That's when I started her for my, it was a July 4th start, I believe, with the stitch along, but I kind of did it for my birthday because my birthday is July 6th. So, and I loved her. And she was my first Hands Across the Sea ever to start. Yes, first. Let's just go gangbusters, because there's a lot of different stitches in here. And I've done a lot of them before, but there are some I haven't done. I haven't done the stem stitch. I might have done a little bit of four-sided stitch, which really isn't that hard. To do it the right way, you have to really think about where you're going. But double running stitch isn't too hard. I haven't done it that way, but once you get going, it's pretty easy too. So here is where I am. I did do a little bit more work since last time. She is so beautiful. Still have not come back up and done those satin stitches. I'll probably wait. I love it so much. So much. The color is just so beautiful. I really wish the color of the fabric showed up. It makes this, I think, in my personal opinion. So it is a Sassy Fabbies in Raffia Cream. It has a peach tone to it. It looks like it's a white, maybe a cream, but I think a white overdyed with some type of peach color. And there's definite modeling there. It's a soft modeling, but there's definite modeling in it. So I folded this down so you could see what I have been working on. I have finished the main house. I have filled it all in. That's where I concentrated on. I can't remember if I had both sides done, but I finished one of these sides. I also did these birds. So, and I put these letters in here, those initials. So that is what I have done. I really probably need to bring down this other side. This is the bottom of the sampler right here. So I'm getting there, right? So below that big, what I believe is a raspberry, is the dog, which I'm going to make look like my lily. So going to be more of an orangey brown and white. She looks similar to this, so I'm just going to make it like that. It's the only change I'm really going to make. This is 1/1. I still have the cat. I still have this big motif here, all of that, all the lettering here, this beautiful tree here, and then of course the grass that you got to mow at the end. And then I'll have to come back up and finish up here. You can see that there's satin stitching and some double running stitch up there that I'll have to finish. So I'm getting there. I definitely put some time into it, and this is definitely time consuming. It is on 56 count, not 56. I'm sorry, I haven't done 56 yet. I might. 46 count. I think it actually says 45, but it is a very tight weave, so I should count it at some point because I think it's more than 46. I think it's probably more like a 50. But it is very beautiful. The colors are so striking. I am doing this in Soie d'Alger, and I love it. So my 1/1, if you're wondering, I am just doing a 10 stitch. So in this, what I believe is a parrot, that is done 1/1 up the top here, but it is just a 10 stitch. So just one diagonal, and it is beautiful coverage, especially on that higher count linen. Okay, there's my house. You can see my house really good. It's really pretty. That blue makes it look like a silvery, shiny almost. Love it. I love the strong doors. Motif there looks beautiful. Okay, so that is Jane. She hasn't gotten love in a while. The stuff I did do, I did in about one sitting. It might have been a couple of days, but it wasn't much more than that. The next one is Anne Morrison by Hands Across the Sea. I got caught up and I remained caught up. So I finished Which side did I finish? Well, that is a good question because they look exactly alike. So the left side, I finished the trees and the bird, or the initials in the bird. So I haven't decided if I'm just going to keep going and just get it done. I did not go up and do the little bums yet, but here, let me fold this down. It's easier to hold, it seems to be. Trying to hold it up. So there she is. This is a 46 count by Dixie Sampler, and it is Goblin King. It is a very gray, well, I don't want to say gray, but it is a very pale gray. It's very plain, very, very plain. So it really lets the stitching and colors of the stitches and the floss come through. I'm using 103s on these. And I love the coverage. I love how it looks. Now my blue is, I did not change it. Some people changed it to be darker. It is lighter. When you see it in person, you can definitely see the blue. It is not as ghosty as it's looking here. But I absolutely love this flower motif. I love this basket. These parrots are gorgeous. So beautiful. Other than the eyelets, it's straight stitching, like cross stitches. Other than the, I guess, the double running back stitch around these letters. That did take a little time, but it's really worth it and beautiful. And that's why I love, like, a Scottish sampler. So love it. I still have a little more eyelets to do at the bottom. So I like to bring down the border down here. I need to bring this down. And these two letters are eyelets. But other than that, I just have to do the same on the other side. Finish those birds, do this band, do this, and the bottom. I mean, it's so close to being done. I know I should just go forward, but I'm working on another one, and I'll show you that soon. So I'd like to bring this side down and, you know, find that bottom. This is the actual bottom of the sampler here. I've counted down. So that way I'm all ready to do the motifs on that side, and I can just start in. So very exciting. Love it. Okay. This was, I also did get the floss tag for that. And this is a special project bag I made for it because I thought the colors, and you can really see it now with these colors, the colors really match it. I don't know what I'm going to use that for afterwards because it matches this project so well. I'm going to have to find one, I guess. All right. So there's Anne. And then what I've been working on the last few days is what remains. I just posted some progress on my Instagram by Blackbird Designs. This was a exclusive chart through Traditional Stitches. I do not believe it's available anymore. And I got the Amy Mitten silk conversion, which love, absolutely love. And I also got the floss ring with this one too. So there's that beautiful floss ring. These are the silks. They're so pretty. Love every single one of them. This berry color is lovely. This light pink is lovely. This green, almost like a chartreuse color, very pretty. Love all of it. So let's show you where I'm at. I am doing this on a 40 count straw by Weeks Dye Works with the Amy Mitten silks. So you can kind of see what that looks like. I'm trying to fold it up. So here is where I'm at. I've made a lot of progress. I brought this whole border down. I do have one little boo-boo in there, but I just went with it, and it's okay. That's pretty much all I've done since this last time is bring that. I brought this border down, the zigzag down, and across. So this has some birds at the bottom, and this is the bottom of the sampler. So I really am doing pretty well. I do have some motifs. I'd like to come back up and get these motifs in, bring that border down, and then finish it out. My goal is to get this done on a stitching getaway with some of my remote stitcher friends. So there are some of us, 19, it was going to be 20, but one of them had an incident, isn't feeling well. So Nanette, we love you and we wish you were coming. but we're going to send her her fun things that we have for her. I have something for her. So we are doing a smalls exchange, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. I should just stick with this. But the Amy Mitten silks are so pretty. Love it. All of these little berries are a Sumerian stitch. There is satin stitching up here. Beautiful satin stitching. So it's beautiful. I'm excited. And the colors pop so much. Like her colors on this fabric are just amazing. I did fussy stitch. You know how people say fussy cut? Well, I fussy stitch. So I did fussy stitch the house, so it kind of looked weathered and like it was in different spots. So I did skip around to make that happen. And honestly, on the back, it doesn't look that bad, even though I moved around a lot. Just so you can see, I mean, that's my back. So see, even though I moved around a lot, it still looks nice and tidy. So you can do that and it still look nice and neat. Just kind of watch your variegation and where it's going and what's happening, and decide, you know, where you want it to go. I did it also on another pattern, and it's actually over here. I did that also on Tom Turkey here. So I kind of fussy stitched this. So it wasn't in rows, but in sections. So groupings of sections. So it looked a little more natural. So sometimes just think a little differently. Even though it's variegated, you don't have to go up or down or across. You can kind of stitch in sections and then come back and stitch in other sections. So just something that I like to do sometimes. Not all the time, but in certain instances, I think it really makes a wonderful effect. So you can check that out. Okay. All right, so there is that. I'm going to leave that to the side because we're going to talk about that in a minute. And I did put that in my beautiful bluebird bag because I thought the colors looked good too. I haven't made any progress on this, but I'm going to talk about it. So let's talk about going to my getaway. I am leaving on Saturday. We will get to there. We're going to take a 2-day trip to get there. We're going to stop at a few places, and we are going to go to a large cabin. I'm very excited to meet my other 18 stitchy friends. One of them I've met just briefly, and then we're driving down together and rooming together when we're there. And so I'm excited to meet the other ones in person because we haven't physically seen each other. We have been Zooming for a year. We just had a little celebration for our year anniversary, so that was super exciting. And so I'm just going to talk about what I'm going to bring and maybe what I plan to do, and who knows what'll happen. I'll tell you that later. So I am going to bring my That's So Kelly Bitsy Bob. So I have it with my tape measure, my Jeanette Douglas. This is the Letters from Mom. So I did this whole series for my daughter. If you go back to maybe number 3 or 4, I can't remember, I show all of that, all the stitching I did for that and the finished FFO of that. So it's a corner gauge. And this was a piece that I bought for me to remember what I gave her. So I'm bringing that. My purple scissors, because these are super sharp. If you don't have these little candy, I think they call them candy scissors. They come in pink and purple. I don't know if they come in any other color. Be cute in a candy blue, like cotton candy. I think that's what these are super sharp and they are super pointy. I love them for travel. They're very light, which is nice. And if you lose these, they're readily available and they're not super expensive. I think they're like $7 or $8. So not bad. I've got my polka dot tape measure, which I had gotten from Needlecraft Corner. It was one of our gifts. They give us scissors too, but I like these because they have the cover and they're lighter. And then of course I'd rather be stitching, and I've got all of my needles raring to go. I am going to be stitching. Look at that. And I have a little magnet in here to put ones on that I'm doing. And then this is just a little felt piece that I have them all lined up. Yes, I have all of those lined up. These are my favorite are 28. So that's mainly what I have in here, because on the higher counts, that's my favorite to stitch with. I will use a 26 sometimes on a 32, but 36 and up, I like a 28. That's just my preference. And of course, then I've got all of that in the zipper portion of my pouch. I am ready to stitch. I'm ready to open this up and work. So I'm super excited about that. So I'm definitely taking that. Okay, I'm definitely taking my my light. So I have one of the Halo glows and the needle case to put that in. I also have the Halo portable charger to take that. I also will be taking a TV tray because I want to set stuff up. So when I sit down, I like to lay everything out. So I can stitch anywhere. I can stitch on the couch. I can stitch wherever. If I'm not at a table, then I have that. And I know that sounds crazy. And my TV trays are wooden. So I told my friend, I go, you're okay with that, right? She's like, oh yeah, bring it. So I'm bringing that. The stitches that I'm bringing for sure, I'm going to bring the Holland sampler. I have not done any work on this, so I would like to maybe work on a little bit. So I'm still at the same place I was, almost the halfway mark. So maybe I can get a little further on that. It's 32 count, so it is easy stitch. So if I am talking more, this may be a good one to do. I'm definitely bringing What Remains by Blackbird. I want to finish this while I'm there. I think it would be fun to have a finish. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to bring that. I'm bringing pretty much all the samplers I need to work on. So Anne, bringing her. I'm bringing Jane. I also have some people who just want to see them, whether I stitch on them or not. So I am bringing that. I will probably bring my newly finished piece because a few people that wanted to see that. I'm not sure if I'll bring anything else. Let me look really quick right here. You guys are going to think I'm crazy. I have the rest of them right here. Because I'm focusing on those others, I doubt I'll bring these. I mean, I have Winter Rose Banner out still that I haven't worked on. I have the Fractal Flowers. I might bring that and try to get a little bit in there. It'd be great if I could finish this by the end of the year. I don't know if I can, but we'll see. I also have the Blooming Bouquets in my bag. And then I also have my Birthday Star Midsummer Garden. I might actually take that one for sure. I might put a few stitches in it because I'm kind of missing it, to be honest. It's just so pretty. The colors are so striking. So that might be going. We'll see. Everyone was talking about a new start. They wanted to do a new start. We have kind of a sampler, a special sampler that is just going to be for the stitchers that go to the retreat. We've all picked out different motifs. We have made up our own. And so I'm kind of thinking I want to start that. So I'm thinking I'm going to bring some different fabrics, some 40, some 46. Probably I'll stitch it on 40 because that'll be a nice range. I don't know the size yet. I don't know what size it is. I'm going to bring some of my favorite flosses. I know the stitch that they put on for me is raspberries. And so I have some favorite colors to stitch those kind of things in. So I think I'll bring some of those. But I thought at least if I could get started, that would be fantastic. Maybe even pick out a border color. So I might do that too. And then that's about it. So we're going to be going and stitching from basically Saturday afternoon till Wednesday. We have to leave, I think, by noon that day. So I'm super excited to just sit and stitch and take in the views and the fresh air. It's going to be in Tennessee, and I think it'll be beautiful. And the weather is going to be perfect, like mid-70s during the day and mid-50s in the evening, like super fun. Maybe we need to buy some hot cocoa for the evening. Maybe spike it a little, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm super excited. I can't wait to tell you all about that when I get back. One last thing, that I was cleaning my stitchy space and I found something that I thought I mailed to a viewer, and I'm so sorry. So Cara, I did not mail this to you, and you never said a word that I forgot and that I didn't do it, even though I thought I did. You won this. So I'm not only going to send you this, and I'm mailing stuff out tomorrow because I have some other things to go to the post office for, you're going to get some special things. I'm so sorry. So I hope you still watch me, and I'm going to put a little note in there for you because I'm so sorry. I think that's it, everyone. This has been a long one, and oh my. Have a great week. I am off all next week. I was so excited to get off work today. To be honest, I'm so like, I can't wait to go. I still have to pack. I'm doing laundry. I not only have to pack clothes, but I have to pack all my stitchy stuff. And I don't want to pack it yet because I want to stitch today. So I'm like, oh my, but I don't want to forget anything. I've never been so excited to go somewhere. I am like super duper excited. I feel like these ladies have been my friends forever, even though it's only been a year. We have so much in common, and we've become more than just stitching friends, but we've really become real friends. And it's amazing how that can happen when you don't even meet face to face. So I'm excited. I don't know if I can say that again. The title's gonna have to be I'm excited. All right, guys, be kind. Always be kind. Thanks. Till next time. Bye.